Hello there people, this is your host Larsen here, the admin of the Vortex SMP server, and this is a walkthrough video of Season 3 on our server, because we are doing quite some different stuff this time around, and I want to make all the new members and all the subscribers or whatever, make them know what's going on, because it can be a bit confusing if you just jump straight into it. So, let's start with the basics. When we reset the server recently, we wanted to do something different. Minecraft did the world border thingy, Hermitcraft did the amplified terrain. Both really cool concepts. But we thought of a new thing that kind of similar to what Minecraft did, because they had a world border to force people to build close to each other and collaborate, and yeah, and that's what you want on a server. You don't want it to be single player. You want it to have the feeling of other people being there and have that given more presence. And the way we thought we could do that was by disabling the Nether. Now, because most people use the Nether as some kind of traveling system, they make a Nether hub and they make their tunnels, because 1 block in the Nether equals 8 blocks in the overworld, basic knowledge. So by disabling the Nether, people couldn't travel that long, or at least it would be really painful. So yeah, in that way it forces people to build close to each other. Now, there are of course some things you want from the Nether. Your basic Nether stuff, your netherrack, soul sand, quartz at least, all the drops. Yeah, Nether is still an important part of vanilla, so we needed a way to access those things. By the way, where I am right now is just a blank seed. If I kill myself, I respawn back here. So yeah, and this is the seed of the server, of course. But we'll take you a bit through the history here, because, as I mentioned, to get those Nether blocks, we need a new system to get them, because we can't go to Nether. And the solution I came up with was making custom villagers with command blocks. That way you can like modify their traits, and yeah, you can make a little currency economy kind of thing, which I think it has gone really well. And this is, as I said, is the blank seed of the server. But since we started to like modify things, we took it a step further, or 10, and yeah, try to improve the vanilla experience as much as possible. A problem every server is facing now, if you look at Minecraft, if you look at Hermitcraft, they're all getting a bit of lag at spawn. That is, of course, mostly because there's a lot of things packed into one spot. A lot of things cause a lot of lag, like half blocks for the mostly, or entities. So chests, anvils, item frames, signs, all that kind of armor stats, banners, all kind of half blocks with shapes and animation and colors. It takes a lot of the game to load. But what also contributes to the lag is the factor that you're in the spawn chunks. And the spawn chunks, for those of you who don't know, is a 16 by 16 grid of chunks, and a chunk is a 16 by 16 grid of blocks. So yeah, 16 times 16 blocks center around where the place where you respawn. Those are the spawn chunks, and they are always loaded. Wherever you are in the world, the spawn chunks will always be loaded. There are a few things that happen and don't happen in that. You can go on the Minecraft wiki if you want to know, like mob spawning don't happen, the redstone still work, and that kind of stuff. But they're always loaded, and they contribute to lag. So we wanted to move the spawn chunks away from where we were gonna build, so to make the spawn chunks really clean and yeah, minimize lag as much as possible. That's why I took MC edit, and I made a square of dirt right about here on the server, and this is where our spawn is. So I moved the spawn from over there to there. So I'm gonna jump on the server now, and we will take it from there. Okay, and here we are on the server, exact same spot, just our dirt square, and of course some things have been started to be built here, since we are on our second week of the reset, maybe third even. So yeah, this is our new spawn. Now, because we decided to do no Nether, that would mean we would have to have most of the weird biomes that we can gain blocks from close by. Like, we didn't want to, for example, a mesa to be 5,000 blocks away, because that would be a real pain to travel out far to get clay every time. So I went through a lot of seeds using a program called Amidst, which allows you to see the map of the seed. And I used that to find a seed with most of the useful biomes close by. So there's an ice spike biome over there, there's mesa there, a lot of desert that way, some plains, forest. Mushroom Island is kind of far away, that one swamp. Jungle is kind of far away. It's hard. It was really hard to find something really perfect. But anyway, so we chose this one, and yeah, it's a pretty decent seed. Has most of the useful things close by. Now, because we are a really building heavy server, we really we only add members that build fairly well, and everyone is very what's the word? Oh, English. They really want pretty builds. To put it like that. Yeah, we really, what's the word? Dedicated, something like that, to making things look pretty. And we really wanted the pretty seed, but we couldn't, like, finding a seed with pretty cool stuff and with all the convenient biomes would be a hard match. Just finding this seed was fairly hard. Had to look through like 3,000 seeds maybe to find this one. So yeah, we couldn't choose the prettiest seed, and to weigh up for that, we did a little modification to spawn. As I said, this won't be spawn, but we still want to spawn. We want a city where people can build their shops, their services, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, to weigh up for the fact that we couldn't choose a pretty seed, and just to make spawn more awesome, this is now spawn. This is the exact same plains we were in before. I've just moved a mountain from Amplified and over here, and this is now our spawn. We call it Mount Gerald after our server mascot from season 1. And yeah, this is mountain from the Amplified, moved it over, we terraformed it to fit the landscape, and this is now our spawn. So yeah, it looks really awesome. So that's just one note with that. And we're just gonna go look at the command blocks. Someone's started to build a bit there. Just gonna go look at some command blocks that's running at spawn here, which makes some minor game changes. And we're done with the overworld, and we'll start to cover the other 2 aspects of the game. Much exciting. So let's quickly drop down here. And right here, as I said, the spawn chunks are always loaded. And what that does, if we have command blocks running here, they will keep running whenever someone are on the server. So there's a set of command blocks down here. I'll probably add a switch somewhere to turn these on and off, because they do produce a little bit of lag. It's not much, but it's a little bit. So I might add a switch somewhere so people can turn these on and off, because the changes they do are pretty minor. So the first thing, they do 3 things, those rows of command blocks there. The first thing it does, it's enabling people to sleep one at a time. So if there were 5 people on the server, normally everyone would sleep, or 2 would sleep and 3 log off and all that kind of stuff. It basically enables, so if one person sleeps, it resets the day. So it's like one player sleeping switch, which is pretty cool. So if one person can go in AFK and another person can still build in the night somewhere, or switch the day. Yeah. The second thing it does, if I can go here and bring forth an Enderman egg, you see he's holding a block. Normally Endermen would have their arms down at the side. What it basically does, it makes the Enderman hold a barrier block, and that makes it so they can't pick up dirt and stuff, so they can't destroy the landscape. So it's basically like a Enderman griefing off switch. And the third thing it does is, let me show you here. Let's get some obsidian. Wait, is it here? Yeah. So originally I said we just turned off Nether from the console. We did that in the start, but we discovered soon after that the end and the Nether is apparently on the same dimension switch or whatever. So when we turn off the Nether, we turn off the end, which we didn't want. So the third thing the command blocks down there do is, poof, no Nether. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically how we disable people from making, oh wait, I can't, I can't enable people to turn that off. Yeah, I gotta add that somewhere in the bedrock box. Anyway, so that is everything for the overworld. That is basically normal vanilla with a really cool spawn. Spawn chunks are way out here. If you die, you respawn here and you run over, get your stuff on the main. We'll make bridges, maybe in all 4 directions, at least 2. So yeah, this is spawn, and but that is the spawn over there, the mountain, where you build your stuff. You can build here. And there are some command blocks changing minor stuff. And that is basically it for normal SMP. That's the overworld, or yeah, normal SMP experience. And we'll go over to kind of second dimension over here, even though all the 3 things I'll talk about are all on the overworld. Just teleport you far away to the trading hub, as you see here. As I mentioned before, we did custom villagers to enable us to gain access to the nether blocks. So if we go on here, we end up in the trading hub. Now, I switched over to single player because I lag like crazy over in the trading hub there. That is just because I'm from Norway and the server is hosted in New York. So it's half the world away. I'm the only one that lags there. Pretty much all the US people have it completely fine going there. So yeah, just for smoothing out the video, making it more comfortable, not having to wait 5 seconds each time after I do something. It's just when I'm recording too. So annoying. Anyway, so I'll do this on my single player here because I have a copy of the world. So as I mentioned before, and for the 3rd time now I think, there are custom villagers here. And you can trade with them, all the kind of basic vanilla stuff. Some mob drops, some blocks over here. Yeah, and you can see you can trade it in for netherrack. So that's the currency of the server. You can't get netherrack any other way. So that's, yeah, trade with netherrack. And you can buy all the different nether stuff. Now the last trade here I'll talk about, called Offering to Lord Gold. If you see in here, that's Lord Gold over there. And you will have mining fatigue while you're in this hub. Mining fatigue 5, which basically, so you can't destroy any blocks at all. Even with like efficiency 5 pickaxe, you can't mine even sand or whatever. You can't break stuff at all. And so you can't get in here any other way. I've even tried ender pearling. There's no way to get in there. So you gotta buy your way in. If you buy this here zombie skull and you have it on you and you step on the pressure plate over here, it will give you access to the room forever. If you try to step on that pressure plate without ever having bought the zombie skull, nothing will happen. But if you buy the zombie skull, you will get teleported in here and you will forever have access to, yeah, Lord Gold, which has some pretty boss traits. Yeah, here in my single player, I still haven't added a lot of traits, like I've forgotten to add quartz to this guy and stuff, and also forgotten to add a way out, which got reminded me by one of the members sometime. So yeah, he was stuck in here. But that is fixed on the server. So yeah, you can basically buy your way into tier 2 trades. As you saw, there's a really cheap gold trade. That is the makeup, so we can't make the gold farm. Yeah, and this is basically it for the trading hub. This is how you get your nether blocks. A lot of people, what is that? It has really changed a lot of the gameplay, because most of the people talk about now is how much netherrack you have. Everyone has the netherrack in their ender chest and stuff. And a lot of people are just spending a lot of time grinding up netherrack to buy stuff. Even though it doesn't sell that much. Basically, after it's only netherrack, salt sand, or quartz, or glowstone you need to buy from him continuously. Most other stuff here you won't buy much of, like blaze rods, or nether wart we have for free now, and magma cream and that kind of stuff. So you don't really need to farm this pretty heavily. At least when you get the tier 2 trades there, you can basically get stacks of gold blocks pretty easily, and yeah, live off golden carrots, make golden beacons, all that kind of stuff. And to exit the trading hub here, you just go over here and you're out. Now, for the last part, we will talk about Skytex, the 3rd part of the server. Now, this here is a custom map that I've put in on the server. It's completely involuntary to play Skytex. It's completely different from SMP. It's like an additional server inside the server reception, whatever. We'll go and take a look. So here we are. What the signs here says, as you see, when getting transported to Skytex, all your items, including armor, will be deleted. Levels and XP will also be cleared. That means if you don't want to lose those things, or gone, put them away. So either go back to SMP if I still want to keep this nether brick, but I don't care about it, so I'll go to Skytex, and there you see, it's gone, and also my levels would be gone. Kind of nice of me to doing this in single player actually, so I don't have to clear my levels at SMP there, because I was level 30. And this is Skytex. Now, this is a custom map that I made, at least I started on the ID a long time ago. And right as we reset the server here, I was kind of finishing up the IDs with it, and I got some help to finish it. And yeah, so we had decided to add it onto the server. It basically teleports you out to 10,000 if you see here. So it's still on the overworld, but just really far away. What I did was I cleared out a 2,000 by 2,000 area from all blocks. It's just void all the way down and made bedrock walls all the way around. It's a completely separate area, and there are also systems in place which is made to basically so you can't bring items between and you can't make ender chests. So it's completely different from SMP. You can't bring items between them. So this is basically additional kind of custom map within the server. Now what this is I'll show you here. Just to let's see. No, it's here. Some of you might recognize this scene. Let's see if I get it's down here, right? Yep, there. Whatever, something like this. Come on, yeah. Skyblock. It doesn't really look like that, but a lot of you know the concept. You're basically on a little island above void, and in the chest here you would have some basic starter stuff, a water bucket and a lava bucket, some seeds, all that kind of stuff. You would start by chopping down the tree, get your first planks, build a little plank platform, make a cobble generator, farm the cobble, then make your way from there. It would only start with the stuff you have there, and you would make your way from there. This is basically the same concept, because this is what came originally, by the way. There's a lot of similarities to this with the trading hub. This is where, from here, I got the ID for the trading hub. It's also built in with a lot of custom villagers, and it's basically the same concept where you trade your way. Go to one of the guys over here, he buys different stuff, and you get Skytex gems, and you can use those to buy all the kind of stuff. And again, you have mining fatigue, so you can't mine any of the blocks on the main island here. Ideally, this map would be placed on a server with World Guard. This is a plugin that enables like complete protection of an area. Because even though I give people mining fatigue here, you could you could still destroy grass and stuff. I can't. There's no way for me to stop people from doing that. You could still harvest the crops over here. You could still knock out item frames, all that kind of stuff. Like with World Guard, the plugin, you wouldn't be able to do anything. But with normal vanilla command blocks, the best thing I can do is mining fatigue. So just a note for you people that join the server, we just have an honor code for people to not destroy, knock out grass to get seeds, not harvest the crops, not kill animals, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so you just have to ask members not to do that, to not destroy the landscape, which has gone pretty. Nothing has happened yet. Of course, we are so thorough with our application process that don't really expect anyone to ever grief again after we started doing that. So yeah, it's just an honor code, don't destroy stuff. And that's the concept of it. You're here, basically the same as the little island here. You're just on the big island where you can't destroy anything, and you have to trade your way to get your things. After you have gotten your things, you can go on these small little things here, and you will get teleported 500 blocks away from the island, and you will not have mining fatigue out here, and you can build your stuff. And to get back to the island, you just click the button, and you're back up here. So that is the basic of Skytex. There are some things I'll mention though. There is a button here. If you click that, you get a Skytex gem, and you get teleported up there. But that is really hard. You got to parkour your way up here with the jumping boost packet that is there. I died like 50 times trying doing that. There's another parkour too, but before we do that, down here it is basically the same. Didn't I add it? Oh, maybe I forgot to add it. There should be. Oh no, it's still here. There, you can buy the exactly same thing. You can buy a creeper skull. You can get access to tire trades up there. Also a full enchanting table with full books, so you don't have to buy that. So yeah, there's one parkour here. You have to access level 2 trades there. Exactly the same thing. And there's also a parkour button right here. So you can press those two to get your first 2 gems, or I'll show you the basic way to get your first gems. It's basically over here. There is what's that in the dirt, and you get an old rod, and you can use that to fish. And that's the first way you'll get something from this island, unless you do the parkour. and this guy buys your special fish or cooked normal fish. So you can farm up to 4 puffer fish and get your first gem that way. And you can also go over here, and for 1 time only you can get 5 coal from here. That's also, by the way, for the parkour things, that's only a 1 time only thing. And so over here you get 5 coal 1 time only, and you can use that to cook your first fish, and you can farm up your first gems, and you can start buying some blocks. A sapling will probably be pretty important in the start. You want to save up 15 gems for a sapling. Yeah, and start making a little Skytex base out in one of the 4 docks there. There's one there. There is one there. That's the one we used. And there is one over here. And if you don't have a base by the time you want to go back to normal SMP, there are a tavern here with some villagers, but there's also upstairs and downstairs there's a ton of chests and beds. This will be a temporary home before you get enough stuff together to go out and start your real base. You can drop stuff off in one of the chests here, because again, remember, you can't bring items between Skytex and SMP. So to return, you just go up here and go on the pressure plate. If you didn't see it there, I'll actually go back and show you. Yeah, it's a pressure plate right there. You go on that, and it's basically the signs say the exactly same thing. Yeah, they will clear XP and levels. So return to SMP, and you're back to vanilla. And that is basically it for the little server here. Yeah, we have an additional map called Skytex, which is kind of advanced skyblocks with honor codes and and trading. And there's a trading hub to make up for not having the nether. And from there, it's just normal SMP. So I hope to see a lot of people applying, and I hope a lot of people are watching and finding the new concept cool and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. Probably. I might add some notes in the description if I forgot something minor, but that should be it. So thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.